Let's start lesson number 2. Give me 1 second. I'm going to share exactly what page we're working on. Is here. Page 38. Page 38 in your English IT. Page 38. Did you used to like school? Well, these days, it's like, you know, this question is applicable since you're still students, but you're not attending school. I mean, you're not going to the facilities. You're not being face-to-face in classes. So it's like, did you used to like school days, regular school days? Because this question goes exactly for people who probably has graduated already. Not for you, because you're still in a school age. But let's try to contextualize the situation that we're living these days. And it is that you're not going to the physical place, you know, you're not going to school. Did you used to like it? It's like a routine. Did you used to like school when you actually attended? Because nowadays you have that reality is different. And let me see who can respond that question. Well, maybe, I don't know, Gustavo, are you there?
Yes, of course.
Of course you are, so I can always rely on you. When you attended school in the physical place, you know, did you used to like it? Or not?
Well, by my point of view, I think that by a way, yes, but by the other hand, no, because I was very asocial and I was very alone at the break. For
Really,
me,
I
it was
didn't know.
very boring
Oh,
because my friends like to play football and I don't like football. And yes, this is the only thing that I didn't like to go to the physical place, but for the other way that I say it is like it's much better to have face-to-face mode because you learn more. This is something that I think.
yeah, actually, I agree with you. To learn more. Because there's no way that there's no place you can hide. I mean,
Yes,
you're there. You cannot say that your microphone is not working. Definitely, we see your faces. You don't hide behind the cameras because, well, actually, you don't activate your cameras. But in other schools, they have to do that. And in your
yes,
case, it is even easier to hide from teachers. Well, when you're at school, you're there, you have to listen anyway, even if you're not paying close attention, something has been learned in school, at least something. Okay, thank you for your intervention, my friend.
you're welcome, teacher.
No problem. Eh, Let me see. Aquino Trigueros, Diana Nicole. What about you? Did you used to like school days with your friends, with your teachers?
Yes, teacher. I like interact with people
Uh-huh. And
in person.
uh-huh. Did you miss normal classes?
What?
Do you miss regular
Yes,
classes? I
yes,
do
teacher.
too. I do too. I do too. it is more tiring, but classes are more active, like you pointed out in your presentation. Classes are more dynamic because everyone get engaged in games and also different activities to practice these exercises. And here it is like monotonous, especially when you start asking names and nobody else responds. It's like, okay, I'm gonna finish this exercise and that will be it. In face-to-face, it is not like this. It is so different, and you know it because you have experienced it. Okay, thank you. Now there's this listening exercise. We're gonna listen to two conversations and you have to decide. Remember the type of kids that we were reading a couple of weeks ago? Group 1, group 2, there are 5 groups. So you're gonna listen to 5 of these conversations. Well, actually, no, you're gonna listen to. And you have to decide which group do the kid belong to. If in conversation number 1, the kid involved correspond to group number 1 or number 2, number 3, etc. Then in exercise B, you're gonna listen one more time and write true or false for the sentence that follows. And to read the sentences from 1 to 6, maybe Diego Rene, can you help me reading the sentences, please?
Yeah. The first, some of Michael's friends have wireless headphones. His mother thinks wireless headphones are too expensive. He probably helped his mother with the housework recently. Susan wants to get an A on her test. She likes to eat at McDonald's and her parents are young.
Thank you very much. So now we're gonna listen to the conversation twice so you can complete exercise A and exercise B.
Teacher, we can't hear it.
Sorry.
Expensive.
But Mom, come on.
Audio 4.4. Conversation 1.
Mom, can I have one of those?
What? Headphones? What's wrong with yours?
They're really big and uncomfortable. It's time to go wireless, Mom. Please?
No, honey, those are too expensive.
But Mom, come on. All my friends use wireless headphones. It's not fair. You promised, remember? You said that if I helped you with the housework, you'd buy anything I wanted.
Michael, I know, but we're talking about $200 headphones here. Not just a toy. That's a lot of money. Listen, I can get you a wireless mouse instead. How about that?
Life sucks. You suck. You too, Dad.
Oh dear. Gloria, rule number 1. If you make a promise to a kid, you can never, ever break it.
I know, especially a kid like Michael.
Look, it's important to make kids do the dishes, make the bed, and help around the house. I get that. But promising a gift in return? Bad idea.
Conversation 2.
Hey, Susan, wanna play? I can't leave the house. I have homework to do. Lots. I've downloaded the new episode of Glee. And then we can go to McDonald's. No, I have a big test next week. And I need to get an A+ this time. Well, will you die if you get a B? Yeah, duh.
Susan, close those books now and go have some fun.
But Mom, I haven't finished.
Susan, you're a smart kid. You should know that children who do lots of homework every day don't necessarily do well in exams.
But Mom, there's nothing healthy to eat at McDonald's. I haven't had any vegetables today. Please let me stay home.
Susan, it's not a request. It's an order. Go get dressed.
Brenda, I'm a little worried about our daughter.
Me too. Where did we go wrong, Phil?
Well, once I read somewhere that young parents usually make more mistakes with their children. Guess they're right. We're awful parents, Brenda.
So let's see. The first kid. Which group do you think he belongs to? The first one who was mad because he can get the wireless headphones. Is it group 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5? What do you think? Damari Polanco? What do you think, Damari? The first kid in the conversation?
What?
Okay, there was a kid who was very mad at his parents because they don't buy him wireless headphones. And he got a
Yeah.
tantrum. Which group do you think he belongs to from these groups? Was he a party kid? Please love me kid? But why? Explosive? Or a mini adult?
I don't know at all, but I think it's explosive because when her mother don't buy the headphones, he got mad, and I just think about
I also think like you. Thank you very much. And there in the second conversation, there was a lady who doesn't want to go to McDonald's. Well, I don't like McDonald's either, but I don't know, maybe Iris Canales. Iris.
Yeah.
Do you remember or do you think, which group do you think she belongs to? The lady. Group 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. She said that she was too busy to go to McDonald's with her parents. Which group do you think she belongs to? Party kids, please love me kids, but why kids, or mini adults? So in the conversation was said that she can leave the house because she had homework to do. You were saying?
Love me kids.
Love me kids. Okay. We're gonna listen again, and at the end we're gonna check the answers for A and B. Listen again, please.
Audio 4.4. Conversation 1.
Mom, can I have one of those?
What? Headphones? What's wrong with yours?
They're really big and uncomfortable. It's time to go wireless, Mom. Please?
No, honey, those are too expensive.
But Mom, come on. All my friends use wireless headphones. It's not fair. You promised, remember? You said that if I helped you with the housework, you'd buy anything I wanted.
Michael, I know, but we're talking about $200 headphones here. Not just a toy. That's a lot of money. Listen, I can get you a wireless mouse instead. How about that?
Life sucks. You suck. You too, Dad.
Oh dear. Gloria, rule number 1. If you make a promise to a kid, you can never, ever break it.
I know, especially a kid like Michael.
Look, it's important to make kids do the dishes, make the bed, and help around the house. I get that. But promising a gift in return? Bad idea.
Conversation 2.
Hey, Susan, wanna play? I can't leave the house. I have homework to do. Lots. I've downloaded the new episode of Glee. And then we can go to McDonald's. No, I have a big test next week. And I need to get an A+ this time. Well, will you die if you get a B? Yeah, duh.
Susan, close those books now and go have some fun.
But Mom, I haven't finished.
Susan, you're a smart kid. You should know that children who do lots of homework every day don't necessarily do well in exams.
But Mom, there's nothing healthy to eat at McDonald's. I haven't had any vegetables today. Please let me stay home.
Susan, it's not a request. It's an order. Go get dressed.
Brenda, I'm a little worried about our daughter.
Me too. Where did we go wrong, Phil?
Well, once I read somewhere that young parents usually make more mistakes with their children. Guess they're right. We're awful parents, Brenda.
Okay, now let's check the answers. So in letter A, the first child is group 4 and child 2 is group 2. We're gonna see the first one is explosive and the second one, like you perfectly said, Canales said, please love me kids, and that is the answer. And also in number 4. So then we have do and make. So in English, we use 2 different verbs to say or express an idea that in Spanish, we have only with one verb. The verb hacer, with the H, hacer. In Spanish, we only have that verb. In English, we have 2 possibilities, either do or make. And so there are, in English, we have collocations. And collocations are like predetermined words or phrases that they have been placed in a particular order. You have to use a specific verbs with a specific words in a specific situation. And in native or no, in English spoken countries, is like an easy thing to know. You see, you know when you use do, you know when you use make. But for us as English speakers as a second language, or as English learners, we have some problems trying to identify when we use do or when we use make, you see. But everything is very simple. You have to memorize the collocations. Like I said, collocation is the order, the particular order and places where you use a specific verbs with a specific phrases. But there are some ideas that also help you to understand. And I'm gonna give you some information so you can identify when you're gonna use do and when you're gonna use make. Sometimes you said, no, teacher, I feel it is do. I feel it is make. And you can feel it because you have heard it and you remember. You don't know where that information is kept in your brains, but one day you recall. And before I proceed with that explanation of the use of make and do, are you ready now, my dear Fabiola, Natalia Martinez?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, so the microphone is all yours.
What? The advent of virtual class. Apart from the dimension of time and space and develop a broad computational culture, living enrichment, develop critical and constructive thinking, a richer and more tolerant determinant appear in the face of weight, cultural diversity, saving of travel. The user establishes his own skill and adapting to his needs, and anticipating choice of virtual place. The rate of change in the technology is very fast and teachers and students have no keep up with the rate of change of such technology. The price of implementing this technology is high. Extra motivation can treat even face-to-face teaching is already difficult to stimulate positive emotions. Aptitudes that improve academic performance. In distance learning, the program acquires great dimension. The type of social relationships that are established intentional present are still. Thank you.
Okay, excellent. Thank you very much, Natalia Fabiola. Okay, let's proceed with do and make. So like I said, it is easier to memorize the verbs, the words when you use do or make, but I'm gonna give you some tips when do we use these words or these verbs. So for example, do. When do we use do? For example, for when you talk about, when you talk about words, jobs, or tasks. For example, do homework. You don't make homework. You do homework. You do housework, which is not the same. You also do a job, do a task. So this is the first one that is going to help you to identify if you're going to use do or make. Like a second
Task is maybe answer an exam.
do an exam. No, well, actually, no. For an exam is take a test, take a test, take an evaluation, take an exam, do exercises. That would be different. Do exercises, like in the book. Then activities in general. Activities, someone is trying to get in the class. Wait, activities in general without specifying. When you talk about activities and you don't really specify, for example, can I do something? Can I do something? You see, this is a general activity and you're not specifying which one it is. You say, can I make something? Well, that will depend on the context. But for general things, using something, nothing, anything, everything, so you don't use it. Another could be like, let's do something. I'm bored. You see, do you use activities in general and you don't specify it, especially when you use words like something, nothing, everything, in those cases. Then in number three, you also use it to replace, like substitute, replace verbs like cook, do, come, clean, wash. You use do to replace verbs like cook. For example, you said, let's do dinner. You said, I have my nails done. So done is the participle form of do. Let's do dinner. So you can say, let's cook dinner, but you don't want to say cook. You said do. I have my nails done. So it means I have my nails clean. I have my hair done. Instead of saying that you have it washed or you have it combed, you got your hair combed or washed. But you, instead of that, you said do. In this case, the past participle form. And in those cases, you will identify. But like I said, you have to rely in or on the collocations. I'm gonna show you some pictures of those collocations. They are on the internet. The combination of verbs. Do you have any questions so far of the use of do, make, or do in this time? So then let's move to the next one. Make. Okay, make. For example, made, it is used for the materials of what objects, materials that objects are made. For example, my ring is made of silver. You use make and not do. Let me see. My house is made of concrete, etc. Then let's say the second usage for make. Another possible usage for make is when you produce an activity or a reaction produce an action or reaction. So reaction is the consequence of an action. For example, you say onions make me sick. Or it's a reaction. Onions make me cry. See, you can say onions make me sick or make me cry. That exam made me oh, wait a second. I just lost the idea. Made me happy. Because you got good grades, I suppose. That exam made me happy. Those are reactions. You make me happy. You make me sad. Then number 3, for plans and decisions. Before certain plans and decisions. Like I'm gonna make a decision. I'm gonna make a decision very soon. Another one may be make a plan. She's making plans for the weekend. That is another possible use of make. I think we have another. To make sounds. Make sounds. The dog is making a weird sound. And also make promises. Make food. You use it for when you actually prepare, like bake something. I make a cake. I make a steak. I make a soup. I make a cup of coffee, etc. So you have here the 2 possible, so 3, 4 possible uses of do and make. But like I said before, you really need to remember the collocations. And I'm gonna show you some pictures on the internet of the collocations. That is pretty simple to find. You see here, you just click on your browser, do make in images, and you have the combination of the verbs here, right? This is not for free, this one here. Well, nothing is for free these days. All right, so you have the verbs that and the words that you can use with this. Word, jobs, tasks, non-specific activities, replace verb when obvious, when they are obvious, food, drinks, and meals. This is make. Speaking of sounds, plans and decisions, produce reactions, and materials origins. So it's basically what I show you, what I was typing. You just have to recall this information and everything's gonna be on wheels. So now you know all of this, you will be able to solve the exercises here on page 38. Let's complete with do and make. You can do this in 2 minutes. Do it in 2 minutes, please. Write do or make in the gaps, please. And then I'm going to ask you the answers. Okay, let's check the answers. In number 1, I don't know if anybody wants to volunteer. Volunteers for the first one. Adriana Abrego, maybe. Can you help me with the first? Not around. Andrea Recinos. Andrea Recinos, not in here. Gustavo, number 1 and number 2.
Well, no problem, teacher. Well, I have answer in number 1. If you make a promise to a kid, you can never, ever break it. And number 2, it's important to make children do the dishes, do the bed, and help around the house.
Yes, thank you. Yes, it's make, do, and do. Then in number 3, Diego Rene.
Children who do lots of homework every day don't necessarily make well in exams.
And 4?
Young parents actually make more mistakes with their children.
Okay, thank you very much, my friends. Let's see. Let's listen to the answers.
Audio 4.5. 1,
If you make a promise to a kid, you can never, ever break it.
2. It's important to make children do the dishes, make the bed, and help around the house. 3.
Children who do lots of homework every day don't necessarily do well in exams.
4. Young parents usually make more mistakes with their children.
Okay, so we use do here because it substitute wash, and make the bed. Well, here we use like make the table, not do the table or make the dishes. do the dishes. We use do the dishes, but we use make the bed. It's like, it's a collocation. So say, teacher, but it's an activity and I can replace it for another verb. Yeah, but remember that we have to respect the collocations. Like this action goes with make, this action goes with do, no matter if it's very close to the other one. Like do dinner, make dinner is make dinner, not do dinner. I made a mistake there. Children who do homework don't do well. You do well in life, in exams and everything. And here, make mistakes. Okay, those were the things that you said, and they were correct. You make money, you make an effort, you make a decision. To do the laundry, to do a project, and to do a favor. It's not make a favor, it's do a favor. Even though it sounds like kind of weird. So then the next part, there's a reading here. Quickly read the discussion forum and match pictures from 1 to 4. So there are a couple of pictures here, 4 to be precise, of people making excuses or school experiences. So basically you have to match those paragraphs to the pictures, write the number of the picture here, and then you're gonna decide if those stories, according to the wordometer, are you have a story like this because they're like a normal thing. Number 3 is a little weird. There are worse things in war. And if you rank the stories with number 4, it's because they seriously weird. I mean, they're nuts. They're like for freakies. And that will be your task for the listening and reading as well. I'm gonna play it, and then you will read as you listen.
Audio 4.6.
Were you a weird kid? Tell us your stories and let our readers decide.
When I was in 3rd grade or something, I used to sit in the back row near the fish tank. When I was hungry, I ate the fish food flakes. Oh boy, I loved fish food. No one knew about my secret eating habits, except my best friend Sue. One day, she told everyone. I was so embarrassed and humiliated. I had to move to another school. I think they did me good, though, because a few years later, I became a swimming champion. Pretty ironic, isn't it?
When I was around 6, I had a phase where I only wanted to be called Adele. You see, I knew an older girl called Adele, and I liked her. So on my 6th birthday, I decided to adopt her name. Mom almost went crazy. She used to wake me up calling my real name, and I said, "Go away! I'm Adele, you know that." This Adele phase lasted like an entire year. Then, after my 7th birthday, I got tired of Adele, so I chose a different name, Lisa. Guess what TV show I used to watch?
When I was about 2, one of my favorite things to do was open Alfredo's mouth and pull his tongue out. Did he like that? Well, every time he saw me, he ran to my mother's bedroom and stayed there for hours. So I guess the answer is no. But poor Alfredo, we used to love him. Oh, by the way, Alfredo was our Labrador retriever.
When I was a teenager, I didn't like school, so I made lots of excuses to stay home. One morning, when I was in 3rd grade or something, I woke up and told my parents I couldn't move my left leg. They took me to the hospital immediately, and I spent the entire day in the emergency room. Obviously, the doctors didn't find anything wrong with me. After a few hours, my leg magically started to work again. I still don't know if my parents believed that story.
Okay. So the answers are picture 1 is the third story, picture 2 the first, picture 3 the second, and picture number 4 is the fourth story. And so we're gonna have time for Alexa Funes to your presentation.
Okay, teacher, one moment. Hello, teacher. Hello, companion. Today I will talk about my disadvantage and advantage in online class. Advantage: flexibility with schedules. Since the quarantine began, it does represents endless difficulties when resuming classes, but of course there is always a good times. Many of us feel great tranquility with the schedule senses we woke up 10 minutes before school. That's hours, 2 hours before. It is comfortable, more comfortable for the tranquility of being at home. It has no restrictions. There are not restrictions, for example, is in school we had to wear a uniform. We could not use the cell phone. Now at home, it is even necessary to use the cell phone. A little easier. It is a simple thing that we accommodate yourself and get used to this virtual model. Digital skills. Most youth learning to handle many things that we don't know, such as zooming, delivering on digital platforms, edit video, or among others. Disadvantage: a lot of time in front of the computer. Requires a lot of discipline, as you have to get all the speed and know that you can fall asleep. I think no one likes spending a lot of time in front of the computer generate visual fatigue. Less participation in class. At the finish, many of you stopped participating in class constantly. Don't socialize. Many did their try aloneness and it was difficult to communicate and adapt to the start of online class. And sedentary lifestyle. We began to manage and sedentary lifestyle signs. We didn't know the amount of activities we did before. Head up, go to school, prepare for class, do homework, have breaks, among others. Well, I am done. Thanks for your attention.
Okay, nice presentation. Thank you very much. So I see William Fernando is here. Are you going to pass? Are you ready, William? Why, so he was here. I don't know if he left. No, it's not William around. And finally, Carla. Carla, no, Carla is here, but she probably is not ready. Okay, so then let's continue with the workbook section. I'm gonna tell you what page we're gonna work. Just give me a second. Page 19. Page 19 in your workbooks. 19. So in the first exercise, what the form of the underlined verbs in questions in A to P? Are they infinitive or past tense? So you have to write here if the verbs that are underlined are infinitive or past form. Then complete the sentences from A to F with the correct form of the verb. Can be either in infinitive or simple past. Then you have to read the first part of the article, this article here, and write if it's true or false, if the information here is true or false. We are referring to this paragraph here. Type A, it says. Or this one. No, I think it's this one. Forget it. The first part is here. It is blood. Then you have the types. Complete all the exercises on this page. You don't need an audio, only in number 5, but number 5 is not gonna be done. So keep on work here, please. In 5 minutes, I will compare the answers with you.